Social media is either destroying people's lives or making them rich. Not everybody's had their entire life destroyed by it. Not everybody's got rich by it, but you're somewhere in between those, right? There's the users and then there's the consumers. It's very rare that I actually do a binge on social media. I actually have blocks on my phone with an app called Opal. Basically like a screen time blocker. It's like 90 quid a year, and you can block all the apps from certain times. It tells you your screen time, and you can block certain apps and stuff like that. It basically makes all the apps on your phone, the social media apps, unusable. The reason I do this is so I'm not on my phone all the time. Now, you're watching me on social media right now, right? I used social media to first make money back in 2019, and being able to do that at the beginning, the reason why it was so important is because organic social allowed me to sell products online without having to spend money on advertising, right? When you're starting out and you've not got a lot of money, you can't spend money on advertising, so social media is super important. It's just the highest leverage thing you can do. I did actually have a binge the other day and I was on Instagram. I never actually knew you can alter your Instagram feed, right? And I just noticed Instagram has been getting wilder and wilder and wilder. And like some of the stuff that I'm watching, it's like, you know when you watch something in disbelief, you can't believe you're seeing it. That's causing you to keep watching me. You're not actually interested in it. So I just started getting this crazy stuff, and I came across this video, and it was Kanye West, the song, the Hail Hitler song, yeah? It was getting played in a stadium in America, and I'm basically, it was like one of these massive American stadiums with like 300,000 people in, yeah? And he's playing this song that's got that like super low 808 beat. And I'll actually play the beginning of it. I'm not going to play the full thing. And it was playing it to the entire stadium.
Download now.
Hi, I'm your virtual girlfriend. You can text me anytime about anything. I've got photos and videos just for you. Come find me in the
So that's, as we're talking about fucked up stuff on the internet, this is on YouTube. You're getting AI porn that's being pushed to you on YouTube, right? So just a little sidetrack of what the fuck's going on. That's what's getting pushed. Now, this is the song. So you can imagine that super low 808 song being played in a stadium from hundreds of thousands of people, right? Now the stadium was fully blacked out and it had those like Super Bowl screens, and the screens were playing the visuals to the song. The screens were the only thing lit in the stadium, that and strobe lights. And I'm watching this video of hundreds of thousands of people getting played and flash lights, this music, and I just thought, this is like propaganda. This is like widespread propaganda. Like these people are getting programmed. Like how could you voluntarily herd up a load of people and feed them a message, a really strong message, and do it in a way where it reminded me of like, have you seen that black and white circle where it like hypnotizes you and it's like going round and round and round and you're just watching it and you can't take your eyes away? It was like that. Then I scrolled to the next video. Now the very next video was this woman in America, and she's stood next to her son, right, in the front room. She's like sat on the floor and her son stood up. She's got a son in an entire dress with long hair, and she's asking him, oh, you know, are you a girl or are you a boy? And you're just looking at this kid's face, and this kid is just completely traumatized, right? Like so confused and like swaying around, and he doesn't know what to say, and he's like saying I'm a boy, and she's trying to like change his answer, and you're just watching it and you're just thinking, this kid's all across the world getting abused at home because of what? Propaganda. So you've got this far right, far left propaganda on both sides, and it's all getting purported to everybody on social media. Now the problem with this is, you watch those things, you step away from it, the thing that you're not thinking about is your shit. You're not thinking about what you've got going on. You're just thinking about what the state of the world is. This is the problem with modern day social media, right? It's pulling people in every other way. Now, I know people who've got very rich off social media. They're very disciplined off social media. They make all the money off social media. My business is social media, or part of it is always social media, right? But then I see people who get absolutely wrecked by it. Now, the absolute worst thing that you can do is consume social media for the sake of consuming social media. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I never have a little Instagram reel scroll. Everybody does it. Everybody does it. But it is the most damaging thing ever to just blindly watch social media. and have zero filtration. Because you're getting served things that are influencing you. Whether you like it or not, they're influencing you, right? If you're watching this channel, I talk about men's self-development. I talk about the things that I've tried to do to get better, and I share my lessons on it, right? And then I document a little bit of my life as well. So by watching this, I'm influencing you based on my findings. Now for me, I like business, I like fitness, I'm influencing you in a positive way, in my opinion. Whether you like it or not, everything that you watch online is influencing you in a certain way. So if you're not having a thought of in front of what is this doing to me, then you're just filling your mind with garbage that's going to influence you in a certain way. Now, it might not influence you in the intended way, but you might watch some of the content and think, wow, that is fucked. And then you might spend a few hours thinking about it. It's a few hours taken away from your own stuff. This is why you're seeing young lads now who are massively overweight and fat because all they do is scroll on social media all day. This is why you've got 14-year-old lads who want to be like Tate and rich. You're not going to be rich at 14. You're not going to be rich at 50. You shouldn't want to be... I mean, you should probably want to have money at that age, right? I definitely did. But you shouldn't be like grinding 24/7 as a teenager, right? Even as a young man, it's like you want to be enjoying yourself. You don't get them years back. To a certain extent, right? I'm big on, you know, focusing on yourself, but you know, you don't want to be 16 years old and stressing about money every single day. You don't need to. You're living at home. You can see cool, start a business, start a social business, but you shouldn't be stressing about it every day. Now, this is why you've got porn that's been normalised. Girls from your area starting OnlyFans accounts. That shit's not normal. A girl who's working as a cashier behind somewhere, and listen, you probably know a few, should not be doing OnlyFans. Yeah, it's not a normal career to do OnlyFans. It's immorally wrong to do OnlyFans. But you're seeing all this because people are getting influenced by social media. People are getting influenced by the lifestyle stuff. They're getting influenced by political messaging. And they're getting influenced by stuff that doesn't have a positive impact on their life. Is social media an overall good or an overall bad? Well, it completely depends how you use it, right? Me personally, I use social media for business. I use social media to watch my interests and entertainment, and I curate my social media, right? I create my Instagram feeds, I create my YouTube feeds. I'm always putting not interested in certain types of content. If I notice it's wasting my time or it's pulling me away emotionally to focus on it, I'll stop watching it. I'm not watching the news. I'm not watching this constant negative stuff and wars going on in different countries. I'm not watching it because I don't have the influence on it. I can't do anything about it. So me watching it is just going to pull me emotionally. It's going to affect what I'm doing. The only thing that I can focus on is my own shit. The only thing I can control is my own actions. The more focus I put elsewhere and less on my own actions, that's less things that I can control, right? So I'm focused on my stuff. Now, social media, if you use it positively, it can have a great impact on your life. You can communicate with humans all over the world. Like you watching right now, there's loads of people watching right now. Not that many, because I get about 150 views on each video, but you know, there's about 10-15 likes every single video. Shout out to you guys, yeah, I really see it. It's the same guys commenting as well. Shout out to you lot. Look, I'm using it for business, right? I use it to learn. I use it to look at specific things. I'm using it as a tool. I'm not letting it use me. That's how you should use social media. Use it to entertain yourself, but entertain yourself positively. Ask yourself, how is this influencing me? Is this affecting my emotional state? Is this pulling me away from focusing on my own thing? Because social media can be an incredibly powerful tool with scalability like you cannot imagine. It gives you the ability to do commerce, buy and sell 24 hours a day. That is a blessing. You know, like your parents, you know, like my dad's a market trader, my great-granddad's worked in a greengrocer, right? Oh, sorry, my granddad worked in a greengrocer and his dad as well. For them to finish at 6 p.m, 7 p.m, let's say 8 p.m, whatever, when they got home, they couldn't work anymore, even if they wanted to. Now with social media, you can talk to customers at 9 p.m. I think that's an opportunity, me, personally. But I mean, each to their own. But when you understand like the opportunity that's on social media, that's when you're going to start taking it more seriously. And you do that by saying, like, am I using this to influence me positively or influence me negatively? Young kids should not be on social media at all. You know, you're driving through like the whitest area you've ever seen, and there's like some nice kid called Brandon, very safe area, and he's wearing a full tech fleece tracksuit and a Gucci bag. What's doing that? The YouTube videos. He's listening to drill music about people stabbing each other. I used to listen to that type of music. Not drill, but, you know, like UK rap. I'm not from that life. It influenced me in a certain way. It made me make different decisions at the start of my life. That's not what you want to be doing. You know, with the current state of social media, how things are, I mean, you know, people are really not enjoying life. People are seeing stuff in real life that's actually affecting the mood, but that gets put onto social media, it gets whipped up, and, you know, it's pushing people in certain ways, this emotional pull that it has. You see it on the streets, right? You see it in conversations that you have with people. You've got to make the decision, like, am I using this tool for what it is? Like, I've been blessed with this tool, am I using it for what it is, or am I using it to watch fucking retards push gambling and fucking drinking to me constantly? Like, that's what you've got to, you've got to come to the realisation of, like, right, am I just going to use this for my benefit, or am I just going to use it to waste my time? Because it's going to be a very scary time in 10 to 20 years of social media use when people look back and they're like, fuck, I did nothing with my life other than watch other people. I did nothing, and I was pissed off the entire time. You know, just like you're addicted to going on it, try to get addicted to producing stuff on it or learning off it. And, you know, if you start doing that, you'll get a real good benefit. But yeah, that's something that I notice is really having an impact on people. So it's a really important point. It really is. And you know, those people who choose to consume like that over putting that time in, you know, if you're a young guy watching this, if you're a young guy in your 20s, you know, we were meant to be using this time to build ourselves for our 30s, 40s, right? We're not meant to be using this time getting emotionally rage baited on screens, because that's not real. It's nothing. There's nothing. It's nothing. It's fairy dust. It's a nothing. Yeah. We're meant to be using this time to focus on ourselves and build. It's incredibly hard now. You listen. I'm super disciplined. Yeah, if I click on TikTok, I don't have TikTok. If I press on that TikTok homepage, I can't get off it. And I'm super disciplined. I know what's happening. So, you know, there's going to be a big effect that people are going to see in the next few years, and you've got to decide, like, what, you know, do you want to be on the positive end, or do you want to be on the negative end? And that is one thing that I've seen now, which I think is really damaging to people. So, you know, if your social media feed is looking like that, clean it up. Watch this video next.